Hello everybody, this is Monty with Flowers by the Bunch. Today I need to put together a half dozen roses in a vase. And so I am starting out with just an 8-inch cylinder vase. Clear water with a little bit of flower food added in. I'm going to start out adding some leather leaf. I only have about 3 stems, but I've got some other things that'll go in too. So I'm just going to take my floral knife, cut that stem at an angle, and tuck that right into my vase. All right, so there is a little bit of leather leaf. Next, we're going to come in with some pretty aurelia leaves. We have an overabundance of aurelia back there, so I'm going to just use it. Let's do a little trick with this aurelia though. Let me show you how I cut it at an angle and I popped it in, but look at how it wants to stand up. So see how it doesn't give us any, it's just not as pretty. So watch how I am going to work with this foliage to make it bend down a little bit. So on the back of your leaf there are ridges, and what I'm going to do is I'm taking a small piece of florist wire and I am actually going to pierce that leaf and go right up underneath that ridge there. I'm going to bend that wire down just like that. And I am going to take a little bit of tape, if I have some in here, let's see. Hey Owen, will you please grab me florist tape, like corsage tape? I'm going to take just a small piece of florist tape and I am just going to tape that wire right to that stem. Just like that. And I'm going to go around twice. Now let me show you what that's going to do. Because I put that wire in there, I am going to be able to adjust that leaf. So now I'm going to tuck it, cut that stem at an angle, and tuck that right into my vase. And so I'm able to manipulate that leaf a little bit so it's more in a downward fashion versus standing straight up. Now you can go ahead and add some standing straight up and then put the little wire in to get some of them to bend down a little bit. That's just a neat way to work with your foliage to make it do what you want it to, right? I'm just about finished with my greenery, so I just wired this one. Just going to bend him down. Cut that stem at an angle. Drop my knife on the floor and tuck him right into that vase. Okay, so there is our aurelia and leather leaf. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to wire our roses. Let me grab a few more little pieces of wire to wire our roses with. Okay, so our customer wanted multicolored roses, so I thought I would go with complementary colors. I've got pink, soft pink, a lavender, and a white. I just thought they would look pretty together and look like a lady. So I took that wire, I tucked it right here into the calyx, right up underneath that stem, and I just wrapped it right around the stem of the rose. I'm going to take that rose, cut that stem at an angle, and tuck him right in. Now I always like to start with my tallest flower first. Remove any of those petals that don't look pretty. Go ahead and remove those and throw those away. Take that wire, press it right into that swollen part underneath the rose called the calyx, and just twist that wire right around. Now I'm using about 1/3 of a piece of florist wire. I find that's plenty of wire. Tuck my second stem in, so I just kind of came down just a step. Take that wire, tuck it into that calyx, and just go all the way around that stem. This is a pretty white rose. Another wire. Now I prefer to wire my roses, and I do that just because it gives me I feel like it gives us a little more insurance that our roses are going to stay pretty. So you can see I stepped down one more step from these two. This is a pretty lavender colored rose. The reason I said when I wire it, it gives us a little more insurance is it guarantees that that head's not going to dip down. It's going to keep that head standing straight up, and that way I know that if the flowers don't get as much water as they need, those heads are still going to stay standing. All right, there's our 6 multicolored roses. Next, we're going to come in with a little bit of wax flower. So I have this pretty purple wax flower, and I am just going to take that wax and I am going to break that stem, tuck it right down into that vase. I love wax flower. I think it's such a pretty filler flower. Wax flower comes in a good many colors, mostly pinks and whites and purples, but it dyes really well. So in the fall, sometimes we get dyed wax, and it doesn't come off like it doesn't look like an artificial color. It comes in yellows and oranges. It works perfect for the fall, and I think it really is pretty. I mean, I don't mind it dyed at all, and I'm one that doesn't love dyed stuff, but I don't mind it dyed at all. All right, there is our pretty wax flower. Next, we're going to come in with, let's see, we have some seeded eucalyptus. So to finish off around the base of the arrangement, I'm going to take some seeded euc and just kind of tuck it all the way around. And I'm just taking it and breaking it off the stem and coming around the base of the vase. All right, and the last thing we're going to add is a little bit of baby blue or spiral eucalyptus. I'm just going to break that off the stem, strip that foliage, cut that stem at an angle, and this is just going to add just a little bit of height into our arrangement. Now, you do not have to use this many different foliages if you don't want to. I just really think that the mixed foliages really make the arrangement pretty. Mixed foliage just makes me happy. It just really makes that arrangement so pretty. Now, if you want to, you can certainly add a bow to your arrangement, or you don't have to. You can leave it just like this without a ribbon, but that's really completely up to you and your preference. I think it's perfect either way. And there is a half dozen roses in multicolors. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me this afternoon. If you have any questions about how I put this together or how we make any arrangements, please don't hesitate to ask. We're so happy to answer any questions about the flower shop or floral design that you might have. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, please be sure to hit that subscribe button right down below. If you'll hit that bell, it's going to give you notifications for when we have a brand new video up. Guys, I hope you have a great day, and we will see you all real soon. Thank you.